Hey, so I think that we need to have an important conversation. This is for the Disney fans out there, but also just in general. That conversation is about bullying and how Disney, in an indirect way, is encouraging bullying. So let me explain. But first, a little backstory. So I was taking a shower and I happened to be looking out the window in my shower. And it was a beautiful blue sky day with white clouds. So besides thinking beautiful, I also thought about the end of the Disney animated film Dumbo. But first, quickly, before I get into everything I want to bring up, just a quick reminder in case some of you out there are not Disney fanatics like me or Disney crazed or just have forgotten. So the plot of Dumbo, Mrs. Jumbo receives her baby from the stork, of course, and it is the beautiful little Jumbo Jr., who gets introduced to the other women elephants who think he's super cute, and then one of them tickles his nose and he sneezes and it reveals he has ginormous ears, which they immediately make fun of him. Flash forward to they are in the circus and kids pull on his ears. His mother gets crazy, obviously, to protect him. She then gets locked up, which is honestly, everyone talks about the Bambi scene being so emotional and upsetting. I actually find the scene of Mrs. Jumbo far more upsetting. That's seriously so sad. But anyways, Jumbo Jr. gets befriended by Timothy the Mouse. So in the meantime, Timothy Mouse becomes his friend and starts showing him the ropes, and he becomes a star because he can fly with those ears. And so he kind of glides, even though he's supposed to be kind of a circus elephant, he ends up being the star. It's a happy ending. It's really about the power of what you have and use those resources and use those things that make you special and unique and don't hide from them. So it's a great lesson overall, which brings me to the bigger point that this great narrative with this great and meaningful lesson is cheapened and really kind of erased by the whole fact that the entire premise it's built on is a facade. The title, the name, it's all built on this horrible premise. So even though the story is a really fun, meaningful, empowering story to our kids and to adults, I believe it's minimized because of the fact that we call him the name he was bullied by. If you ask most people, what is his name? What are they going to say? Dumbo. But that's not his name. His name is Jumbo Jr. Dumbo was a derogatory, mean-spirited bully name that was given by one of those old hag elephants.
Jumbo? You mean Dumbo?
I mean, this poor elephant cannot get a break. It's one thing to show a product that's advertised in the movie that has the word Dumbo on it because that's advertised in the movie. So you have a book with Dumbo, which is the movie, but then you go inside and you see, sadly, Dumbo. Little golden books are also bullying poor Jumbo Jr. I know, it's just a title, but think about it for a second. It'd be like you calling Charlie Brown Blockhead, because that's the name that Lucy used to insult him. So it'd be Blockhead's Christmas special. That's not his name. It was some horrible thing that some old bag called a kid. Which brings me to Wikipedia. According to Wikipedia, under the plot, a flock of storks deliver babies while circus animals are being transported by train from their winter quarters. Miss Jumbo, one of the elephants, receives her baby, who is soon tormented by the other female elephants because of his large ears, and they nickname him Dumbo. Nickname. As you scroll down and see more about the plot, the circus director makes Dumbo the top of the elephant pyramid. To cheer Dumbo up, Timothy takes him. The next morning, Dumbo and Timothy wake up. Dumbo, 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 Dumbo. So, Mrs. Jumbo, Dumbo, her son, that she named Jumbo Jr., but Why should we pay any attention to what the mother's wishes are to name her child? And let's do marketing, and let's do posters, and baby toys, and everything else we can possibly plaster the word Dumbo on, which is literally calling somebody fathead. So, my question is, why is Jumbo Jr. from the movie Dumbo, why is he the exception to this rule? Why does everybody refer to him by a derogatory name, and yet we're not supposed to encourage bullying, and we're not supposed to, I don't get it. Even at Disneyland and Disney World and all the other parks, they have the Dumbo ride. It's not called the Jumbo Jr. ride, because it is Jumbo Juniors going around and around and around. It's not called the Jumbo Jr. ride. It's called the Dumbo ride. I guarantee you, if you ask them what are those little elephants that are flying around, every kid would say that's Dumbo. I have pretty much always been referring to him as Jumbo Jr. because that's his name. So I encourage you now to refer to him as Jumbo Jr., his name, when you are talking about him. If you're talking about the movie Dumbo, fine, you can say Dumbo. But if you are talking about the character who appears in the movie Dumbo, his name is Jumbo Jr. I think you should teach your kids that and use this as a great example of a cultural phenomenon where we have been conditioned to refer to something without thinking about the repercussions. And there are countless examples of this throughout history, throughout our language, where we would use a term that at one point was acceptable, and then we stopped using it because it's no longer acceptable. I think this is the case with Mr. Jumbo Jr., that we need to stop calling him Dumbo because that's like a cruel name that somebody gave him.
Oh man, I got his orders.